work. Okay, work. So what is work? What is the definition of work? Work is defined as force acting over a distance. Okay, in general, work is defined as force acting over a distance. Force acting over a distance. And the work means force acting over a distance. For example, the total work done is depends on how much force you are applying. Actually, how long, how much distance your object has moved. This is like work done. Actually, this is not equal to what is the work, what is the energy spent. Okay, this is the like useful energy. It is not equal to the energy spent. Anyway, that will be clear once if I take some example. Oh, what is the difference between energy spent and useful energy from that? What is the amount of useful energy from that total energy spent? Okay, sometimes you spend energy, but if it is not spent in a proper direction, that will not be a useful energy. For example, say in this case, if I am taking some object like this, okay, and I am applying some force, so once if I started applying some force, it started moving some distance d. Now in this case, what is the work done? The work done, okay, is equal to F into D, simply F into D. Because the reason here is the force is applying in the direction of the movement of the interest. Okay, we are interested in this direction. We are interested in this direction. We need movement in this direction, and also we are applying force in this direction. Force in that direction. So in this case, what is the useful work done? F into D. Or otherwise, if you take the scenario like this, say I'm having some object here, I want to expect the movement in this direction, but my force is in this direction. Okay, my force is in this direction. Again, you are spending energy. Definitely, whenever you are applying the force, you are spending the energy, but that is not taken in a useful manner. What is the work done here? Work done is zero because you will not get any D here. Once if you apply the force here in this direction, but if you are interested in this direction, say anyway this is the ground. Okay, anyway this is the ground. You are applying the force towards the ground, then you are expecting the movement in the horizontal plane. So you are spending the energy, but that is not taken in a useful manner. So what is the actual work done? Zero. It doesn't mean that energy spent is zero. Please be careful. Work done zero means it doesn't mean that energy spent is zero. You are spending, in this case also you are spending some energy. Here also you are spending some energy. Okay, but here it is taken in a useful direction, but here it is not. So you should be very clear with what is the energy spent, what is the work done from that energy, what is the work done from that energy. Okay. um, Next, again, to put it in a simple manner, at any kind of time, what is the work done? Formula is W is equal to F vector and D vector, dot product of D vector. Again, once if the angle is zero, say in the first case the angle is zero, then simply what is the expansion of this formula? FD cos theta. Okay, in a first case the angle is zero. Okay, the angle is zero. Angle zero in the sense what is your direction of interest, what is the direction of the force. In the second case, angle is 90 degree. In the second case, angle is 90 degree. That means what? The direction, the angle between force and your direction of interest. Okay, in this case 90 degree. Once if we substitute in this formula, cos 90 degree is zero. So actual work done is zero. And here the direction, the angle between force and your direction both are in same direction, so angle is 0. So that's why you are getting some useful work, that is F into D. So you should be very careful. This is like what work done. It is not equal to the energy spent. Okay, in both the cases you are spending the energy, but here you are getting useful work in first case. In the second case you are not getting. That is the idea. So always what is the work done? Formula is F dot D, F vector dot product with the D vector. Okay, that is the formula for work done. Okay, now um, now I will give you some simple example. What is the positive work? What is negative work? Okay, say now we will discuss about what is positive work and what is negative work. Okay, positive work and negative work. Okay, so I am in the ground. Okay, okay, ground. There is some object in the ground. Okay, some object is there which is of having some weight, say, or otherwise of mass of the object is m. It is having some mass. Okay, now I am standing here. Okay, I am standing here. Okay, I want to lift this. I want to lift this object. Okay, I want to lift this, and from base I am trying to go to ground. From base, sorry, from base I am trying to go to some height. Okay, some height, say at, okay, now uh, this is my new position. This is my new position, and height of the object is h. Okay, in this process what is happening actually? Okay, initially the mass is a rest position. Okay, in ground. So now I am lifting that mass. That means I have to spend the energy. The person who is standing here, okay, the person who is standing here has to spend the energy. The person who is standing here has to spend the energy to lift the mass. Okay, in that process the mass itself got some energy, because here its potential energy is 0. Now its height is at some h, so definitely it has got some energy, potential energy. Okay, again with this potential energy what it can do, once if you release that object, it will fall down. Okay, once if you release, it will fall down. So what happen, once if the person release that object, definitely from this position, okay, from this position it will fall down to ground. Okay, in this process what is happening, initially when it is at some height, when it is holded by that person, the velocity of the object is 0. When it is reaching the ground, the velocity is maximum. I think this is the basics. Okay, you might have studied in 12th standard or 10th standard. Okay, once if the some object is at rest at some height, its velocity is 0. Once if it is falling freely towards the ground, okay, its velocity reaches and attains maximum when it is reaching the ground. Okay, actually what is happening in this process? Okay, what is happening in this process? See, first of all, the person is spending the energy. Okay, person is how much energy is spent by the person. Okay, the energy spent by the person, energy spent by the person is something is equal to mgh, because he has to lift that mass. Okay, lift he has to lift that mass against the gravity field g to the height of h. The more height it goes, more energy he has to spend. Okay, energy spent by the person is mgh. Then what is the energy gained by the object? When the person is releasing that object, what is the energy gained by this object? Okay, so energy gained by the object, energy gained by the object is of mv square, of mv square. So what is happening, your potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. Potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. And again, please remember, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay, it can be converted from one form to another. It can be converted from one form to another. Okay, so again, what is the positive work and the negative work? If somebody is in a given system, if somebody is spending the energy, then it is called a negative work, sir. So spending the energy. Okay, uh, spending the energy It's like negative work. Okay, negative work. Spending the energy is called negative work. Gaining the energy is called positive work. Some context it may be reversed also. And again, with respect to constant, I will explain it. Okay, what is positive energy or what is negative energy? Okay, see, in simple சென்ஸ்ல உங்களுக்கு சொல்ற மாதிரி சார், வாட் இஸ் பாசிட்டிவ், வாட் இஸ் நெகட்டிவ். இப்போ நீங்க ஒரு 100 ரூபாய் வச்சிருக்கீங்க, அதை யாருக்குன்னா கொடுக்குறீங்க, உங்க ஃப்ரெண்டுக்கு கொடுக்குறீங்க. ஓகே, அப்போ உங்ககிட்ட இருந்து நீங்க எவ்வளவு ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்றீங்க? -100 ரூபாய். நீங்க நீங்க என்ன உங்களுக்கு கெயின் எவ்வளவு அப்படின்னு கேட்டா என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க? -100 ரூபாய். ஏன்னா நீங்க அதை ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணிட்டீங்க. ஓகே, அப்போ உங்க ஃப்ரெண்டுக்கு வந்து அது என்னது? கெயின். உங்களுடைய ஃப்ரெண்டுக்கு அது கெயின் பிளஸ் 100. ஆனா உங்களுக்கு கெயின்னு சொன்ன போனா -100. ஓகே, உங்களுக்கு கெயின் சொல்ல போனா அது எவ்வளவு? -100. ஓகே, அப்ப லாஸ்ன்னு சொல்ல போனா +100ன்னு போடுவோம். அப்ப அந்த லாஸ் நம்ம ஒரே நோட்டேஷன்ல வச்சு ஃபாலோ பண்ணும்போது தான் என்னது? மைனஸ் பிளஸ் வருது சார். ஓகே, ப்ளீஸ் ரிமெம்பர், ப்ளீஸ் பி கிளியர் வித் திஸ் நோட்டேஷன். whenever you are using negative energy, really there is no negative energy actually. Okay, it's a way how the mathematics approach this. Okay, so spending the energy is like negative work and gaining the energy like a positive work. Anyway, with respect to constant, with respect to a particular context, I will clarify that. Okay, and in this case, what is happening? See, in any case, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay, how that a particular object got the energy? Because that person has spent the energy. The person has spent the energy in lifting the object to a height of h. In that process, that object has got the energy while it is releasing. Okay, otherwise, what is the energy of the object? That is simply zero. Okay, simply zero. So what is the idea? Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay, nor be destroyed. Again, what is happening in this process? See, here potential energy spent by the person converted into kinetic energy. Okay, here potential energy spent by the person converted into kinetic energy. Okay, potential. Again, these are all very basic things. Okay, what is force, what is energy, who is spending the energy, who is getting the energy? These are all some simple basic things. Okay, now I will further extend this. Okay, something to be related with the electric field. Okay, I am taking some example. Okay, Okay, so here this is my case one. The direction of airflow and the direction of person walking is same. You assume a case like this. Okay, in those case, say the direction of airflow and direction of person walking is same. Direction of person walking is same. See, again, the direction of airflow in the sense you take some special situation like the airflow during the rainy season. Okay, during the rainy season. Okay, say if there is a airflow like this in this direction, because airflow will be in a particular direction. Okay, this is the direction of the airflow. If one fellow is standing here, he is also trying to walk in this direction. Now what will happen, sir? See, the airflow direction will support him actually. Okay, if he's going at some speed, okay, with his own speed, just because of the airflow, also in the same direction, you will get some extra speed. Okay, you will get some extra speed. Definitely, you will get some energy. Okay, definitely you will get some energy from the airflow. That in this process, what is happening? Energy gained by the person. Okay, in this process, what is happening? Energy gained by the person. Okay, energy gained by the person. Who is giving the energy? The air is giving the energy. Okay, the air is giving the energy. Energy is gained by the person. Okay, he is getting some extra energy, or very easily you can move in that direction. That is the idea. Okay, next I take case 2. Okay, case 2. In case 2, what happens? In case 2, okay, in case 2, the direction of airflow is like this, okay, the person standing here, it tries to move in this direction. Person tries to move in this direction. Now what will happen? See, he's going against the airflow. Okay, the airflow is in this direction, but he is going in the opposite direction. Definitely, he has to spend some extra energy. Okay, if air is not there, he would have moved very easily. But just because of air is acting in the opposite direction, he has to spend some extra energy. So in this process, the person is spending the energy. Okay, to go against the airflow, the person is spending the energy. So what is happening? Uh, Again, the person spend the energy to go against the airflow. Person has to spend energy to go against airflow, to go against airflow. Okay. See, in the first case, he got energy. In the second case, he has to spend the energy. Okay, he has to spend the energy. And in very clearly, see, even if it is a second case, you see, he has to spend the energy. How much energy he has to spend? It depends on two factors: how strong the airflow is, and also one more thing: what is the surface area of this person? What is the surface area of this person? If the surface area of the person is high, again he has to spend lot of energy. Okay, he has to spend lot of energy, because once the surface area is more, the more force will be acting on him in the opposite way. So he has to spend a lot of energy. So in this case also, either energy is gained or energy is spent. It depends on two factors: what is the intensity of airflow, what is the surface area of the person, what is the surface area of the person. Okay, and again, another case, third case. Okay, in the third case, what is happening? In the third case, see, the airflow is like this. Okay, the person standing here, he wants to go in this direction. Okay, in this direction. Now the airflow direction and person working direction, they are exactly perpendicular. Again, as per the field concept, okay, this will not have any effect here, but in reality it will have some effect, but we assume that in field concept it will not have any effect. Okay, so again, this case is like no energy is spent or no energy is gained. Okay, so in this case, energy spent or gained is zero. Energy spent or gained is zero. Okay, according to the field concept. Okay, now I will extend this to the electric field. I will extend this to electric field, and please note down, in any case, energy spent, energy gained depends on what, sir? Depends on, in any case, depends on intensity of airflow, and the surface area of the person. Surface area of the person. This is one reason, sir, why that flight and all, they are designed in a sharp manner. Okay, that's why it can go very easily against the air force. Okay, in a sharp manner. Okay, I hope this will be clear. Next, I will go to the electric field concept. Okay, what's actually happening in the electric field. Okay. Okay, work done in electric field. Okay, now there is some charge, say plus Q. Definitely, if there is a, please imagine this is a stationary charge. Okay, this is a stationary charge. It will be giving electric field in all direction. Okay, in every possible direction. If one charge is here, say this is test charge. Okay, test positive charge. Okay, what will happen? Anybody, if it is a test positive charge, just if you release the charge, okay, if it is a movable, if this charge is movable one, okay, and again this is stationary one. Okay, this is stationary. It is giving you, once the charge is stationary, it's very clear that it will be giving the electric field or electric force lines. Okay, or simplicity electric field. Okay, it will be giving you the electric field lines. Okay. Now, once if I place the charge here, once I place the charge here and just release the charge. Okay. Once after placing, I am releasing the charge. What will happen? Anybody? Definitely, it will move in this direction. Okay. We have seen it in simulation. Okay. Definitely, it will move in this direction. Okay. Why it is moving? Because there is a repulsive force between the field created by this one and the field that will be created by this one. So definitely, as this is a stationary charge, it cannot move. Okay, this is the stationary charge, it cannot move, but it can move. Okay, so what happens in this process? It is going away. It is going away. But what I am interested here, definitely it will go away once if I release this. But I am interested to go in this direction somehow. So what I have to do? I have to hold the charge. Okay, I have to hold the charge and go against the electric field. Okay, my electric field is in this direction. My E field is in this direction. This is the direction of E field, but I am interested in to go this direction. So in this process, definitely the charge has to spend the energy. Okay, this unit charge has to spend the energy. The person holding the charge has to spend the energy. So in this case, what is happening? Energy has to be spent by the charge. So energy has to be spent. Energy has to be spent by the charge. Energy has to be spent by the charge to go against electric field. I hope this will be clear. Okay, once if electric field is in opposite direction, if you want to go against the electric field, definitely your charge has to spend some energy. Okay, energy has to be spent by the charge to go against the electric field. Okay, very important concept. Okay, then how much energy I have to spend? Okay, how much energy I have to spend? It all depends on how much distance you want to travel. Okay, it all depends on how much distance you have to travel and how much force is acting on you in the opposite direction. See, once if it is a charge of say here for simplicity, I have taken a test positive charge. In reality, it can have any value. Okay, it can have any value. Okay, so the next slide we will see that what or otherwise here only one case we have discussed. Okay, one case in the sense we are interested in go against the electric field. Okay, or otherwise if you go in the direction of electric field, what will happen? If you go in the direction of the electric field, what will happen? Okay, now the charge is here, electric field is in this direction. Okay, E field is in this direction, my test charge is here, and it wants to go in this direction, just in the direction of the electric field. Okay, just in the direction of the electric field. Now what will happen? Definitely, once if you go along the electric field, you no need to spend energy because you are going in the direction of the electric field. Okay, the electric field itself will give you the energy. Okay, in this process, what is happening? You are gaining the energy. Okay, whenever when charge moves away from or otherwise when the charge move in the direction of electric field, in the direction of electric field, it gains the energy. It gains the energy. Okay, and again, how much energy gained? It depends on how much distance it traveled and where it has traveled. Okay, once if it is a near to say here 1 meter it has traveled, same 1 meter you can travel here also. But once if you are near to the electric field, you will get more energy because you will get more kick, more velocity. Okay, why? How you are getting the energy? Once you are in the direction of the electric field, okay, you are moving at some speed. It all depends on in which place you are because how much force is acting on you depends on how much electric field is there. Okay, electric field actually depends on a distance. Okay, so how much energy you are getting, it all depends on what are in which position you are. Okay, in which position you are, what is the electric field in that position. Okay, what is the electric field in that position. Now I have given you simple idea. Either the charge has to spend the energy or a charge gains the energy. Okay, see, very simple, sir. If the charge has to go against the electric field, definitely Sorry, if the charge has to go against the electric field, definitely the charge has to spend some energy. The charge has to spend some energy. Or otherwise, if the charge is interested in going in the direction of the electric field, then it gains the energy. Okay, it gains the energy. Now, what is the energy gained? What is the energy lost? With the help of equation, we will see it now. Next. Okay. Um, Force on any charge, because it all depends on how much energy depends on the force first. First of all, you should know what is the force equation. Force on any charge is equal to Q into E. Please be very clear that this is the movable charge, sir. Already I told you. Anyway, movable charge. It is not a stationary charge, sir. I have taken some stationary charge. Please don't confuse with this. Okay. Or for a clarity, I will put this stationary charge as QS. Okay. This is stationary. What is the purpose of the stationary charge? It will give you the electric field. Okay. Purpose of the stationary charge is it will give you the electric field. This is the stationary charge. Okay. This is the stationary charge. Okay. Now, this is the movable charge. Okay. In the discussion, we have taken a unit positive charge. Okay. It can be anything. It can be anything. So I have clearly told you, once if the movable charge value is 1 unit, then force and electric field one and the same. That is the definition of the electric field. Force and electric field is one and the same. Or otherwise, force acting on unit. What is the total force? What is the total charge? Total movable charge. That is also called electric field. Both are same. That is also called electric field. Now I'm interested in how much work done. Okay, how much work done. Okay, how much energy spent. Work done depends on two factors, sir. It is simply depend on force and what is the force on you. Okay, and how long you have to go, either in the opposing direction or in the supporting direction. Okay, but please remember this formula. As usual, integral. Okay, as usual, integral f dot dl. Okay, and again the force value and dl are in a linear fashion. Just you can multiply. But if the force is acting in a curved manner or your path is in a curved manner, then you have to use the integral. Okay, you have to use the integral, and this one is initial. This one is initial, and this one is final. Okay, from where to where you have to go. This is your starting position. Okay, this is your starting position. This is your ending position. Okay. I don't know who has made this scribbling. Okay. Not possible to erase. Okay, I don't know who has made it. Okay. So this is the idea of the work done. Okay. Work done is equal to minus integral initial and final f dot dl. F dot dl. And please, there may be some minus here, but finally what you are getting, that is important. Okay, finally you are getting a positive or negative. Say, sir, finally you are getting positive or negative. That is very important. Please don't concentrate on this minus. Okay, why it has been given this minus? In general, your electric field and your direction of interest will be in opposite direction, because in a first case what we have taken, your direction of interest and electric field are opposite to each other. Okay, opposite to each other. That's why here some minus comes. Okay, some minus comes, or otherwise some book, instead of minus, they would have interchanged this limit. Okay, instead of initial final, they would have taken final to initial. Okay, anyway, please remember this formula. This is a standard formula. Okay, work done is equal to minus integral initial to final f dot dl. Finally your answer may be positive or negative. Okay, just because of this minus, your answer will not get affected. It all depends on what is your limit, from where to where you are going. Okay, so I will give you some idea, and this is your equation. Okay, this is the work done equation. And again, what you can do, you know the nature of F. Okay, at any point of time, F is equal to charge into E. The charge here I am mentioning is a movable charge. Okay, movable charge. Okay, just you can replace F with help of Q and E. Okay, F will with help of Q and E. Okay, please wait a bit. Okay, Q and E. Once if you replace, what you will get, minus initial and final. Okay, F is equal to what, sir? Q into E. Anyway, Q is independent of, Q is a fixed value. So again, electric field depends on the distance. So W is equal to minus Q, initial and final, E dot dl. Okay, this is the work done formula. This is the work done formula. Please simply remember this. Once if you solve 2 or 3 problems, okay, then it will be very clear why the formula is in this fashion. What is the necessity of the minus sign there? Okay, everything will be clear. Okay. This is simply what is this minus denoting? This minus is simply denoting if you want to go against the electric field, you have to spend the